and this section I call Crush the Peasants, take their money and destroy their children.
Yeah.
And these are things that...
That's government policy.
I know, they should have had it on their manifesto. They'd have still got it, wouldn't they?
Many governments over the last couple of decades, that's been their policy.
And I put Crush the Peasants here, it's kind of tongue-in-cheek, but they do seem to despise the people, don't they?
We are peasants to them.
Yeah. They do think we're peasants, don't they?
They want to rule over us.
Yeah.
They don't want to represent us. They want to rule over us because they know best.
Yeah, it's just horrific. So one of the first things which really pissed me off is they're talking about this smoking ban.
Yep.
In pubs.
Yeah.
Outside of pubs. Now, I've never smoked and I'm not a smoker, but I've always despised the way they attack smokers and the right to smoke, something that is legal in this country. They stick those horrific taxes on them. They've more and more forced them into they've basically made them almost seem like lepers in society. They push them further and further out. Now, one of the last bastions of a working man, I'm not going to say working class, I'm going to say a working man, is to go to the pub, have a drink, and then maybe pop out, have a fag or whatever, pop back in again and have his evening. They want to take that away from us now.
Yeah.
Why? What? And of all the issues we are facing in this country, why this one?
Because at every dinner table in the middle class areas, smoking is seen as common. So there's many things that people do that damage themselves, that damage society, or the state has to then correct with taxpayers' money. And smoking's one of them. We know smoking is bad for you. The government has a duty to tell us smoking is bad for us and try to convince us that smoking is bad for us. I want government to do that in certain things because they have the evidence, they have the information, and it's their duty to give us that information, but then it's down to personal choice. I was in favour of the smoking ban in pubs and nightclubs because I've never smoked and I hated smoking. I used to come home stinking of cigarettes.
Yeah, I get that.
But I've come to the conclusion now that I was wrong then.
Gosh.
I've come to the conclusion that because it was a benefit to me, I allowed the government to take rights away from my fellow citizens.
Correct. Yeah.
And once the government did that, they started coming for some of my rights as well then. So I was wrong when that started. That's why I don't want this smoking ban to increase now. If we allow them to do this for smoking again, they've already started coming for alcohol. Alcohol is the only thing that makes my life worth living.
Yeah.
I'm a married man. If it wasn't for alcohol, at this present moment in time, my wife's not talking to me. At this present moment in time.
All right, okay.
And after we finish this, I'm having a drink. It's the only thing that'll get me through the rest of the evening. But they're going to come for that. They'll come for other things. Let me tell you another example. So we have pursuits in this country that are dangerous. Rock climbing, mountain climbing, biking, playing football at weekends.
Rugby. Yeah.
I worked with a
Boxing.
person at Manchester Council who was always at the hospital with his knees and his ankles because he was a semi-professional footballer. And all his injuries, while he was being paid to play on Sundays, were all being picked up by the NHS. Now, that's wrong, but should we stop him playing football or playing rugby or climbing a mountain because he's going to damage himself, he could die? Well, do you know what? As long as he's got the information and understands the consequences,
and can make the choice himself, which he already was doing.
He should be able to do what he wants to do.
But you say that's wrong. I don't think it is wrong. That's what the NHS is for, or that's what it was originally intended for.
The NHS isn't there to pay for a semi-professional footballer who's being paid handsomely.
Maybe.
He needs his own private insurance, and that's what he should be paying for. If you're a kid playing football in the park and hurt yourself, well, NHS is there for that.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's different when you're being paid for it. But the government will not stop. Another good example was when they were banning fox hunting.
Yeah.
They're now coming for fishing. So all the fishers, everyone fishing and light fishing, supported the banning of fox hunting, and people were saying they're going to come for you next. We're now coming for fishing. It's unfair on fish. They feel pain. You're torturing fish. So again, you can never give the far left enough.
Well, I was just thinking, I can imagine the sort of middle class with their glasses of wine talking about the smoking ban in a pub or whatever, and saying yes, it's correct. They shouldn't be allowed to smoke outside or whatever. But then 2 weeks later, we're coming for wine now. We're going to increase the price, and it's like, well, whoa, and that's the point, isn't it? Once you allow them to take that first step, that infringement of civil liberties, you could be next, couldn't you? That's the point.
Yeah, and at the same time, they want to ban smoking. The same government and the same people want to relax cannabis laws.
Yeah. Why?
Because cannabis is connected to black people, it's connected to minority groups, it's connected to other things, and those people can't be bad. We can't be seen to be persecuting those people.
A lot of brown people smoke cannabis.
Exactly.
So it can't be bad.
Exactly.
Because brown people, as we know, are always good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But how can you hold those two thoughts at the same time in the same head? Smoking's bad, we need to ban it and ban it and ban it and ban it. Cannabis, we're too strict on cannabis. We need to legalise it. You can't hold those two thoughts in a sane person's head.
But they do.
But they do. Did you enjoy that video? I think you did. Come on now, hit that bell, subscribe, comment. Let's build this channel. I need more followers. I need more subscribers. Be part of the journey. See you soon.